being that's coming up quickly.
Okay, thank you. So, I mean, the fact that you've had, since I've known you, you've been doing something for yourself, and you never seem to be really committed to punching the clock for somebody else. So, it appears you have a value for that. I would be correct assuming that, right?
I would agree with you on that point. Yes, sir.
So, just kind of jumping in, why is it important that we have our own businesses? Why is that something you think is important?
Well, it's so evident today that, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, that no one is going to be able to create enough jobs for themselves, let alone for us as well.
Yes,
And if we don't begin to start doing something for ourselves, we're going to be in pretty big trouble.
Yes, sir.
We have to start pooling our resources, and which is what I like to talk about is the benefit of pooling our resources. Many of us, brothers and sisters that try to start up businesses, and a lot of us have our own business, whether it's our plumbing company that we have, and it's or we're an electrician, and we the messenger taught us, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us to do for self. And so that's what we work to do. We go out and start working for self, and we develop our own job. And I say our own job and not our own business, because a lot of times we be our own employer, or employee, I should say. And when you doing for self, and your own employee, you hadn't really created a business, but you created a job.
Yes,
because
sir.
if you don't work, then you don't get paid.
Right.
You don't use the efforts of other people. When you created a job for yourself, if you get injured, then your business is jeopardized. And me as a personal trainer, I got, after your produce marketing, getting into the personal training business, I really got comfortable not having employees. What comes along with employees is other people's issues, as
Yes,
you know. And so as a personal trainer, Allah has blessed me to be successful at it. I had a pretty high profile clientele, by God's grace. And I got comfortable not having to worry about other families, or because I didn't have employees. But at a point about 5 or 6 years ago, I injured myself, had a broken ankle, and had I not established my own gym or workout studio in my home, then my income would stop.
Yes, sir.
At that point in time. But I was able to bring a young man in that wanted to learn the business and have him do what I would have did with my foot up with my clients, if you understand
Yes,
what I'm saying. And so so it dawned on me, I need to change the business of, and get back into the business of creating jobs for people. But also when we have businesses, I'm going to use that for lack of a better word, and we're our own employee. When it's say you have brother over there, he has his own little business, sister has her own business, I have my business, that one has their business, and we think we have, you would think we're doing for self, and what the reality is that we're doing it by ourselves.
Right.
And that brother's catching hell, that sister's catching hell, I'm catching hell, everyone is catching hell, because we failed to follow the instructions of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which first was to pool our resources and then do for self. And so we're at a time right now, regardless of what book you read, we're at the end time, as the Christians call it, the end time. And America's falling quickly. And we're so divided and separated, we don't have anything. We're just unproductive people because we fail to pool our resources. So the time that we're living in dictates that we begin to do for self, and pool our resources and do for self. If you look at some of the big businesses, take the airlines for instance, airlines begin to merge when they realize that they're struggling alone. big companies begin to merge when they realize that they're struggling. It's hard to do it by themselves. You know, I mean, Christ himself said, or Jesus himself said, me or myself can't do anything. So what we have, with respect to black people, we have a lot of impediments that keep us from pooling our resources. We all been beat by one another, or you know, been had by one another. So trust is an impediment that we have to keep us from apart. Fear is another one. You said earlier about me. I don't know how the words you use, but I like to say I'm not job orientated. I'm not above going to get a job if that's what it takes to feed my family. But Allah has blessed me to be intelligent enough not to go and have to punch a clock. Has it been easy? No, it's not easy, but it's nothing sweeter than being free. And that's what I feel, and that's what I enjoy, the freedom of it, just the freedom, just to exercise the God-given power of your mind, to think of how to get out of one situation, after another situation, after another situation, so that you can feed your family. That's what doing for self has done for me in all these years. And it's been since '81 since I punched the clock by God's grace.
Praise is what
Yes, sir.
It's an excellent location in the South Loop. If you know anything about Chicago, you know 18th and State is a wonderful area to be in that's coming up quickly.